All right. What's up, folks? I hope y'all can hear me loud and clear. Got the mic on. We a green light. Okay, so it's a green light. All right, so I'm in the middle of cleaning my apartment, hence why I probably look a little extra raggedy today. You feel me? But you know what? The thing is that like I do my best thinking and talking to myself when I'm freaking cleaning. And I'm just sitting back like listening to like one of my newly, I'm like obsessive about stuff. So she's like my new podcast obsession, and her name is I think it's let me see. Oh, I don't have it up right now, but I think it's like O Steph or Stefco or something like that. I'll put it in whenever I post this video. But I just love the authenticity of her videos, and she kind of reminds me of why I even like wanted to make my platform. So I'd be like going missing, and sometimes I'm just like, oh my god, if I'm not like put together, do I even feel like making this video? But the truth is that like it be when I'm least prepared, least like aesthetically, pleasing, I guess, that when my thoughts are racing and I'm like, oh my God, I wish I had someone to share these things with. So I was like, fuck it. Grab your mic, prop up the camera, and just go for it. Because honestly, I haven't made a video in a couple weeks, even though like I was on it hard. Honestly, I have so many videos I haven't even posted yet. Hopefully by the time I post this one, I'll have some of the other ones posted, because I promise you they're so interesting, and like it's not like there's anything crazy going on, but they're so simple, just like this. I think that's why I relate to her videos so much and her channel, is because the simplicity of it, the authenticity. But when someone's talking real, you can just relate. She doesn't have to be doing fucking handstands to be relatable. And the crazy thing is actually her experiences are not even relatable to me personally. I'm going to start cleaning while I talk. I'm just trying to, get you guys in a space where y'all can see me. So at least there's still some type of interaction. But anyways, as relatable as I find her content, the things that she actually talks about and that she's experienced, I find completely unrelatable, which I think is why I'm kind of in this obsessive obsessive phase and era with her, because I feel like I'm getting to experience the life of someone through their lens, which is literally what, to me, social platforms are about. And she's speaking about it in this video that I'm currently watching, which is why I was like, oh my God, let me make a fucking video right now while I'm so inspired, because she was talking about how like people get on, they share their personal stories on the internet for one of two reasons: community or validation. And I have literally been saying this. So we relate sometimes. I feel like I relate to her and we're relatable on our thought process, but that's why it's like I'm so interested in her, because I can tell me and her, we are two totally different types of women. Like our lives couldn't be more different. Our just experiences, our just everything couldn't be more different. But then she'll have these thoughts that I'm like, oh my God, that's my thought. And it just kind of, but it also lets you know that there's a collective of certain things, which again, when you're coming onto the internet, you're hoping that there's someone that relates to you in some kind of way. And when I was really trying to weigh, oh, should I make a YouTube channel or not? Like, is it even worth it? Is anyone to watch? I was like telling myself, bro, who cares if anyone watches? I'm sure people have their videos up for a long time before the right person even clicks it to where it even makes it substantial on the internet. But the thing about it is, I said it on my videos before, I'll say it again, that I'm not here for followers or likes. I know that's like, oh, well then what do you, like, that's counterproductive. Why are you even on here? But because the right people will see your stuff and they will gravitate towards it. And that's just because that's how energy works. And it's just like this girl, I don't even remember how I ended up finding her. Like a lot of the stuff I'm not even quite searching for. It comes up at some point from a different search. I understand that's how algorithm works. I'm not a retard. But the thing about it is, algorithm is the AI version of energy. And you know what I'm saying? So you kind of got to think deep like that sometimes. But anyways, so I love watching her channel for those reasons, that I find her very authentic, and I appreciate the authenticity of her videos. I actually can just sit there and like listen to them, kind of tune in and out of them if they're like one of her long ones. And this whole video is not about her, but she is the inspiration for me propping the camera up and just going and rambling, blah, 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 because in her videos, that's literally all she's doing. And in my videos, that's all I'm doing. And sometimes that's why I ask myself, does anyone want to sit there and even listen to me talk? But the truth is, yes, some people do want to sit there and listen to everything that you have to say, or, a good percentage of it, because they find it interesting or relatable. And with her, I find it both, because like I said, a lot of her stuff, her experiences that she talks about are her firsthand experiences, which I fucking love, because she makes you feel like you're just talking to your friend that's kind of like telling you about her life. And there's just something about firsthand experiences that are different than when, I mean, obviously we know that when someone's just like, oh, I seen it on the internet, blah, blah, blah. But the thing about it is, she does both. Her content is, it's like a reaction and just kind of storytelling based content, and she'll talk about hot topics on the internet, but then she like relates them in a way that she relates her stories in a way, though, about how she doesn't relate to that topic. And I just love it, because again, she just pulls you in that way. And that's just my opinion. Maybe if you check her out, you'll have a different opinion, but I really just feel I love the homegirl type videos, because again, I'm like that. Like, I'm a homegirl. I'm like a girl's girl. Like, literally, I love the chill vibe with my girls, and I can meet anybody and literally be instant friends. Actually, literally the other night, I was at the gym late night, and when I'm in the gym, I kind of get two reactions a lot. And one is all of it's the stares, but sometimes you can tell it's because they're staring at you in curiosity, and like, it's more on the, it leans more positively, versus the stares that are like haterish and like, why is she wearing that, or kind of disgusting, why does she got to make those noises, types of things. Or also because I'm always basically by myself in the gym, unless my little comes to town and we go together. But even then, it's not like we're like back to back working out. Some things we do together, some things we don't. So 99% of the time I'm working out by myself. So there's also the stares of that. Maybe I'm projecting, but I feel that sometimes they are giving me those, like, it's either predatory, where sometimes they're like, oh, she's alone, that's the guys. But then also, but it's from the girls side. A lot of girls that are at the gym are normally partnered up, or have like a gym girly group that they go out with. Not every girl, I'm not saying this, I'm just saying, that's a good majority of what you see when, me personally, when I go to the gym, and I attend several gyms. So it's not like I'm just like, oh, from this particular gym. I go to different gyms, different branches of those gyms, different areas. So I'm telling you, like, that's normally when you see women, you're more likely to see them together with another woman or groups of women versus by themselves, especially when you're weightlifting. Because the truth is, okay, come in, but be quiet. Come in, but be quiet. I'm recording, so be quiet. So, hurry. So normally when you see them, especially weightlifting, they're with someone, because also you need someone to spot you and to watch your form and just support you. So it's very rare that you see a woman that's just doing it by herself. So I already know I get stares for those kinds of reasons, whether it's, like I said, general curiosity, or slash attraction, or to speculate and pretty much just hate, whatever. So anyways, I'm in the locker room. I had just got there. So I'm in there, putting on my sweet sweat and just kind of like getting myself in the zone, whatever. And I'm there with my dude. But again, still, I'm in the women's locker room. So anyway, there's these two young girls. They're like getting ready, and they're like cute in the outfits. They're like in the mirror, which me, like, I love to see like the women feeling good. I always love that. I love to see women of all ages in the gym, because there was a time where that just wasn't even a thing. So to see them in there and they're feeling good, because we all know as women, when you look good in the gym, you work out better. You feel better about yourself, and you're in there working out harder because of it. So that's why it'd be funny when I'm getting these stares, because it literally be from the women who I know wish that they would take the step to have this type of confidence. But my shit isn't confidence, honestly. It's just, this is who I am, so I cannot be anything else. It's not like I'm like, oh, I'm so overly confident, so I'm gonna project that. Honestly, it's just, this is who I am, and I can't be anybody else, and that's how I guess it's received. But actually, I have a lot of insecurities. I can be awkwardly shy sometimes, or awkward so it makes me shy, but people wouldn't believe that about me. They would be like, no, she's not. But you can't tell me what I'm really feeling on the inside. It's just, sometimes you have different coping mechanisms and coping techniques that don't really reflect what you're feeling on the inside, which makes them coping mechanisms and techniques. Anyways, so these two other girls, like, they're getting ready. Like I said, they're, doing their cute thing, but we keep kind of catching glances of one another through the mirror, or like, and me, what I find that I'm doing now that I'm a little bit older, and I am more looking for friendships and stuff, like, versus maybe like maybe 2 to 3 years ago, that wasn't a priority. Actually, I was sick of my friends. I had felt betrayed by many of them, and I had no interest in making any new ones. Like, the last few that I had were cool with me. I didn't need no more. I didn't want any more. I'd be having to check to make sure it's still on, because this thing will die and you won't know, and then I'll have you sitting here recording for how long, and none of it takes. So anyways, but yeah, now I'm more comfortable. I feel more stable, and I do want to have girlfriends, but I find that I want women that are genuine like me, even if we're not similar. I want genuity. I want you to be your authentic self, and I want to be comfortable to be my authentic self without feeling like you're gonna fucking betray me when whatever weird shit goes on, because I don't even know what makes these horrid bitches turn on me. Like, well, that's a video that I'll do a whole nother time, because boy, do I got stories. Anyways, so we're catching glances, and I tend to now soften my face when I see women, versus my normal face is kind of like this, all, especially like when I'm in the zone. My eyebrows are normally tensed like this, which again, it takes a kind of self-awareness to know, but I do realize, especially like with the um, access to technology and constantly seeing yourself and watching yourself. Obviously, I watch back some of my things, and you have to. I don't actually watch back the whole things of everything, but yeah. I do notice that I am a very expressive and animated speaker when it comes to my face in general. But so I have become more self-aware over time that, kind of relax my face, because I can tend to look like this a lot, because I'm kind of thinking and I'm talking to myself in my head, and I'm having a million conversations. I'm like, so yeah. So when we're catching these glances, I kind of not instantly, but, pretty quickly kind of loosen up my face to, again, kind of give that more approachable look, and just in case if they do want to say hi, but and it's not that I'm shy to say hi, but I also didn't know if they speak English. I don't speak fluent Spanish, so not that I can't, still say what's up or whatever, things like that, que pasando, hola, things shit, kind of get in if I wanted to, but I'm not that desperate. But I'm also okay with being approached or said hello to if they were feeling that. So I try to, soften my face and be aware of that when I see other women in the gym, versus when I see men, and I even kind of scowl even more, because I don't want them to approach me. So yeah, like I kind of soften up my look, and they do kind of like now give me eyes, and I can kind of see like they're acknowledging, we're noticing each other, where other women, they basically they will pretend that you don't know that they're looking at you or trying to lock eyes with you, and essentially act like you're invisible while at the same time trying to peep you. And if you know, you know, like if you just know, you know what I'm talking about. And so I like that there was a brief moment where we did catch glances, and I could tell it was like, like when dudes be like, just from across, it was like one of those. And just right after that, some girl comes into the gym or into the locker room, and I catch eyes with her, and she's got tears running down. Her eyes are all red. She's got her hood up, and she's gonna walk right past me, like, so I intercept her. Like, that's how awkward I can be. Like, I'm that awkward, guys. So I literally intercept her, and I was like, stop in the name of the love. Stop in the name of love. I was like, and I just literally put my arms out like this, and I'm like, come here. Do you need a hug? Like, what's going on? And she's like, it's okay. It's okay. And now, like, I'm like, what do you call it? Like, I'm like embracing her shoulders almost now. Like, I'm just with my hands kind of. And I'm like, hey, yo, you're good. Like, you're good. And obviously I don't know this girl. And she's like, okay, I'm okay. And I'm like, yo. And I just look at her. I'm like, yo. And I embrace her. You know what I'm saying? And she's like weeping. And I'm just like, girl, I'm like, whatever it is, you're in the right place. Like, I've been there. I've been where you are. I know you right now. I've been you. And, she's just crying in my arms. And, it was just like an instant connection. It was like an instant soul ties at that moment. She knew she was safe, and I knew her pain, like, instantly. I knew her despair, whatever it was. I just knew, because I have been in the gym so many times, either on the verge of a nervous breakdown, had a nervous breakdown, didn't make it into the gym from the parking lot because I was in the middle of a nervous breakdown in the car, or just walking to. I'm telling you, I've been there, because your adrenaline starts to pump, and whatever it is. I've been in the sauna, and it's happened. I've been in the middle of sets. Like, it's just, for some people, that's where your release happens. And for me, that is a big, and like anything physical, or like when I'm under the sunbathing, it happens. So I was like, girl, I've been there. You not alone. And, she takes a breath, and I'm like, you're good. You're in the right place. That's the first step. Whatever it is, you came to the right place. You're doing the right thing. You're here. Okay. And, as I turn, then I see the other girls, they look, I'm not going to say what they look, because I wasn't actually not really able to read their face, but either way, that was just to say that I'm very much a girl's girl. I can be friends with anyone in that moment. Like, and then actually later on into that night, I was doing my workouts. Me and those other girls happened to be in the same area, and they waved at me. I know I'm lame, but I just love friendship so much that, like, even that is like so gratifying to me and heart filling. And just because, especially when it comes from a woman, because women can be so catty, bro. They can just be so catty and haterish and mean. And I'm so not like that it is so fucking weird to me. And I'll almost sometimes, not anymore, but I used to go out of my way to, like, show these girls. What do you need? Yeah. I would go out of my way sometimes to show these same girls, like, what kindness and real friend. And that's actually how I would end up getting played, is because those bitches ain't cut out of the same cloth. So yes, I am a person that really gravitates to authenticity and the likeness of who I am, and reflect in that way. So I don't even remember what my train of thought was, to be honest. Like, I know I was talking about the girl and how I like her, the Steph girl. But anyways, all of this really was just to say, my best thoughts, honestly, I would like to just record it when I'm having the moment, instead of sometimes trying to plan it. Like, some things you can orchestrate. Some videos are worth that time and effort, but when you're trying to just reach the audience that you want them to like understand you, I get it. Now, also the thing that Steph was saying about like validation or community, that's very true. And I've been said that because I'm a person that I've always loved when the one thing I did like about social media, like when it happened, was the live thing because I thought they were so fun. Now, there was like a horrific side that happened when it did happen, but I was never like a part of that until like later when I was going through some domestic violence things. And that is actually what saved me, like, was me being able to go live. Like, I don't want to get into too much detail now, but actually, because there's a video like recently that I posted about my baby daddy who is like fucking insane. He's got mental illnesses for real. Like, now he's talking about, oh, you know, don't you shouldn't make fun. Bitch, shut your retarded ass up. Because honestly, I've been dealing with him long enough to know that the nigga just was born stupid. Anyways, but when I was going through the shit with him, I actually wasn't getting on the internet doing that shit to blast him. I was searching desperately for a helping hand at that time, and I found it, and it was there, and it saved my life. It saved my life on multiple occasions, and that's also a big inspiration as to why I was like, bro, I just want to make real deal, Holyfield authentic shit, and this is a part of it. Sorry, I had to answer a phone call. That was weird. I had to answer a phone. I had to answer this phone on a phone call. But also, okay, like I was saying, like the girl Steph, who she's not doing the most. It's not even, and she's not even animated the way I'm animated when I'm talking, but she's a great storyteller where she can transport you to the stories. She gives you details. She doesn't stumble over her words. I like the vocabulary. So I don't know, things to me like that. I don't know. Again, like they're just what draws me in. Everyone is not drawn in by the same thing. Our brains respond to things differently. Some people, she was even talking about that, how some people are podcasts and some people are video people. I am the same way. Like, even though her video is nothing but talking, I like that she records it because even though I normally listen to them while I'm moving around, blah, 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 and I'm not sitting there watching them like this all the time, for some reason, it helps me when sometimes I can peek in and, and where I can sometimes peek and I see that she's there and I'm like, oh, hey girl, you know, it's a comfort. It's a comfort. So with that being said, everybody gravitates to what they like for different reasons. And when you're a good storyteller, I think you can captivate an audience that you may not necessarily expect, or that's not who you thought was going to be interested. I like that a person doesn't fit the mold. And we're not trying to. We break the mold, and we're cool with that, and we're comfortable in that. We're comfortable in the uncomfortable. You know why? Because people think that like I dress in costume. You know, they're always like, oh, I like your, what the fuck they say? I forget what the word is. They don't call it costume. They like call it like dress up or something. They'll like use a way that it's. I love you. Where it's not really what it is. Like, I'm not cosplaying. I'm not like, oh, I'm gonna dress up like I'm not like, oh, I'm gonna dress up like a fairy today. Like, no, it's really genuinely who I am, putting glitter on myself. Just like how right now I don't look like that. But this is not like, oh, because I took the mask off. It's that there are levels, there are dimensions to a person. Like, but mine is so authentic to me. That's why I got my face tattoos. Like, it's like there was a point where I was just like, bro, I'm not, what the fuck? Like, this is who I am. So it does, some things do need to be permanently representing me.